fire Sunday morning. Happy birthday to my youngest brother. Oldest brothers always win. Let's not forget it off the horrible W and a just prosperous week at the office. 4-1, week 12. Take a bow. We bounced back. I told you we would. 4 cashes with a Tommy DeVito prop if you caught me on the ESPN New York Bart and Hahn Friday hit. Just a tremendous bounce back. And then we kept it rolling. And these are benefits to following the Moneyline Monaco pages. Alex Monaco on Twitter. This is what we do. We take information like favorites since 04, 38-19 against the spread, and we buck them, Jerry. We take the Bears, who almost outright win, to start the Thursday morning. We took the Giants with the points. We swallowed the 3 with the Packers. We go 2-1, and then I beg you, I tell you, I plead with you, never lay double-digit points against the Chiefs. You can plug your schnoz, close the eyes, and cash tickets. Panthers, Raiders, doesn't matter. They play down to their competition, if you want to call it that. From a betting perspective, Mahomes doesn't cover those spreads. You got 13.5, and it wasn't even Desmond Ridder. It was O'Connell, baby, and they were in it the whole game. So we're 4-1 and 3-1 coming into today, and we are rapid firing because we're up against the clock. We got to get the podcast out. I can't break this down detailed. I just got to give you the picks because I posted them, and I need you to get them in because they're winners. We are starting out in Baltimore, where the Harbaugh Bowl, say it with me, Michigan off an Ohio State Saturday. Hi, how are you? Vibes are all-time immaculate past the sweet potatoes, Mr. Harbaugh. I mean, you could not draw up a better breakdown than I told you on last week's show, and that's why you subscribe, you rate, review, you give me the comments I asked for politely, please, as the Southern California San Diego kid. The Chargers win a month of football. It was Justin Tucker missing 2 field goals off a Ravens non-fundamental L, not to mention my observation. We said it on Kaplan and crew. We said it on Bart and Hahn. 16 former Ravens were Chargers, staff, players, management. Get the fango out of here. 16, it was a hammer. I told you to break out the hammer. So we're relaying our picks from MSG Networks a better half hour. Check it out weekly. You can get it across the FAST channel, nationally syndicated. You can get it on the Gotham Sports app. Gotham Sports app, Fubo, DirecTV, wherever you get MSG Networks, that's where you can consume my picks in other mediums. Mentioning that because we had all of those Thanksgiving and Black Friday breakdowns with tickets all over the place, like Kelsey over 52.5 receiving, which almost cashed by in a mish. But we have the Ravens -3 on the show, hosting the Eagles. It's the ultimate sell high spot. I need you to say it with me. You have to be kidding me that the Eagles have won how many games in a row? We took them on the program last week, -2.5 at the Rams. This team hasn't lost since September. Say it with me. Hold hands. December 1st, Sunday morning, top of it to you. They haven't won a game, lost a game, since September in the Pirate Ship, a game we also picked correctly. We have been all over, except for one big L at Cincy, this Eagles team. This is a fail fast forward spot. I'm telling you, they pick right up with a win at home against the Panthers next week. This is a Ravens hierarchy spot. You know this man Lamar's lost one time to the NFC. It was to Daniel Jones, who remains in the NFC, by the way. Shout out the Minnesota Vikings. 1L, Minnesota Vikings is now where Daniel Jones resides. I had to say it again to get it out of my system. But in all actuality, Lamar Jackson and these boys under a key number of 3.5, as we see, -3, depending where you shop. 5-1 against the spread, less than 5 points in their last 6 covers in this exact spot. They struggle on bigger spreads. They don't on these ones. Favorites of less than a touchdown where the line is 51 or more, 6-2 covering if you want that note. But it's a sell high off of, obviously, the Philadelphia Eagles. I don't have the luxury to go into the weeds with you on this. We are taking a team at home in a spot where we have, to me, the overall better complete coach quarterback tandem, with the running game slightly and the fundamental game slightly leaning towards the home team in a field goal line. And it's just what it is. If this Eagles team could do no right and we're just batting them down at Dave and Buster's and it's easy pickings, no, this Eagle team can do no wrong. You have to realize who we are going up against here. You are going up against a significantly coached up better team than you're used to going against, because Harbaugh and these boys don't see this team too often. These are two of the top 3 offenses in overall yards. But when it comes to points per game, stuff between the Lions and the Bills on your aunt's Thanksgiving Thursday is the Baltimore Ravens at 30.3 points per game. The thing with Baltimore, to wrap it in a bow, is if this game's a shootout, they can dance with you. If it's a chess match, if it's a Steelers-Ravens type theme, AFC North type theme because of the division they were birthed in, they can go that way too. I don't think Philly can show that on the road yet. Cannot show that on the road yet. You have to, on some level, put into perspective who Philly has beat. I mean, I'm just going to say it out loud. Cleveland, the Giants, the Cowboys, the Bengals. Yes, they beat the Commanders Thursday night. Very good win, but they've also beaten the Jags and the Rams. So we're talking about what? One playoff team, Washington, who's on a free-falling 3L shoots and ladders. Yeah. Give me the Ravens hierarchy game. Lamar over 20 wins against the NFC, 1L, and that man is not in uniform on the other side. We keep pushing, and we take the Chargers. All right, it's -1. I don't know if I'm walking into it. It took 2 seasons for Harbaugh in a Niners coaching once a throwback Sunday on a Thursday, vice versa situation to lose 2 straight. He's unbelievable off a loss. All right. They were 3-8 last year, the Chargers, off a loss, including a 5-game skid. That's Staley running stairs now for the Niners, all right? The opposite of the Gerald Butler leader of 300 men. Nowhere near this club. He's off a loss to his older brother. They were up 10-0. I nibbled, I danced, and I cashed a Ravens plus 200 live ticket against this team, and it's my favorite team. This line has worked against them. It was -2 on a Monday. It's -1 on a Sunday. It's -112 on the money line. I got to take the number 1 defense in points allowed, 8th best in third down, 4th best in the red zone, 7th best turnover differential. And yes, I know it is a Falcons team with extra time to prep, a rested club that got healthier, a home field advantage, a East Coast, West Coast, not ideal start time, 1 p.m. Eastern, all of that working against them. The Chargers have allowed the fewest rush touchdowns in the NFL this year. The Chargers get to the quarterback. How many times do I got to tell you that Kirk is a non-primetime quarterback, father of 3 that should be somewhere being a father, man? Give me the Chargers off a loss because I'm running out of time. I'm eating up clock here. Next pick, best pick. It's so simple. It's disgusting. No, it's not simple at all. We got to do a gross thing that we don't want to do. We got to take Brock Purdy and the Niners again. And I come back for more California punishment. It's 30 degrees. I'm freezing my San Diego tail off, man. I'm taking the Niners +6. And here's the quick sales pitch. They were done and dusted, and Allen's non-related cousin, Brandon Allen, was the worst sub-in for a guy that's been playing quarterback kerfuffle shuffle over there, with not prepared as a joke watching Darnold win 8 games through 10. I mean, how do you roll out Brandon Allen? I'm absolutely flabbergasted, but it's a literally last dance. Couple of guys out for Buffalo that are a key element. They have not gone against a top 10 run D, which, believe it or not, rain, sleet, or snow, San Francisco is right on the fringe of. This team is going to be riled up in Buffalo, no questions. But when it comes to just personnel, position by position, coach for coach, 6 points, desperado, Cue the music. This is the last dance. It's already really a wrap for the Niners. But if we start the day, and let's say the Jets pull a rabbit out of a hat, and it's why they're not on the top five, because I went back and forth. Whole wide world's back in Seattle. Do the Jets play free fly, ayahuasca, loose Jets football over there in Aaron Rodgers land at MetLife? I don't have the time to tell you. Arizona could catch an L on the road at Minnesota. New Orleans could sneak a dub against the Rams. We could be by the end of the night with all three NFC West teams losing, and you don't think we're going to be comfortable, cozy, and feeling decent with a starter back and 6 points with a team that's been Super Bowl conversation 3 years in a row? Look, the Bills are good. They're great. Sure, I get it. Yada, yada, pass the potato salad, yada. I understand it. They're the best turnover differential team in the NFL. This is a Niners team that is not fundamentally sound. It's cold out. Run the football. Works to their advantage. Playing physical football. Typically, when they beat up on other opponents in the NFC West and the NFC, they do it by ground and pound. Go into Buffalo, be the more physical team. We're getting 6 points. Look, desperation. Cue the music. We might cry this L together. I'm taking San Fran with the points. How you doing? And I'm going to take the Steelers with the 3. I'm sorry, but Mikey Tomlin, put on the shades, baby. I am taking a 4-1 Tomlin in division last 2 years, dog. That's 4-1 straight up in ATS. They've been the dog 4 times. They've won outright each time. 2 of them were on the road. They're an unbelievable situational with the points team to back. We just did this in the 18-16 outright dance against the Ravens. Sure, Joey Burrow can sling the rock. I get it. I hear you. It's just not who it is when these are these scenarios. What I mean is it's not all sunshine and rainbows with the Burrow offense when you're going against TJ Watt on one side looking to wreak havoc and end your day. I'm telling you, you get Pittsburgh off a loss with 10 days where Jameis is doing snow angels with Carissa Thompson, Fitzpatrick, and the whole kid and caboodle gang on Thursday night. Get out of here, dude. Insulted, embarrassed, and absolutely downright dogged at the dog pound. They've had 10 days, 9 sleeps to think about it. Pass the gravy. We lost in Yinzerville. Give me the second best turnover differential team in the NFL at plus 13 versus a non-fundamentally sound, non-buttoned up, quite frankly, not well-coached Cincinnati Bengals team. They're not well coached versus a freaking top in the game, number 1 underdog, 2-decade sample size team off 10 days. Yeah, I don't need to go on and on and on, literally past the cranberry sauce. Give me the Steelers plus 3. And this is not worth more than 60 seconds of your time. Just cash the ticket, punch it in with me, baby. This Patriots game is going to be so disgusting. There's no chance this goes over 42.5. I'm taking the Scuba Steve under. Drake May doesn't throw for 200 yards. Anthony Richardson doesn't throw for 200 yards. 175 and 182. Yes, I know. This could be an off-the-rails game with turnovers and all kinds. I mean, they're playing football and kicking things and all kinds of stuff. This game could be half-drunk by a Boston intermish. But it's a 16 points per game, 31st ranked, second worst to the Giants offense in New England. And it's a 22nd ranked, and quite frankly, they don't move the ball fast. They don't stretch the field against decent Ds, which New England is. Too often, no downs today as well. Offensive line severely banged up under Richardson. This game has underwritten all over. It's going to be a really, really call your relative stretch your hamstrings type miss me game. I just need to give a winner. Racking my brain. Very tough spread. Do I take the Cards plus 3.5 at Flores' place? Connolly, I don't know. I could keep going. Actually, the under and that was appetizing as well. This was a tough slate to get to 5 games. Very tough slate. But in conclusion, Steelers plus 3, Chargers money line because it's -1. We got the Niners plus 6. We got the Eagles -3. We got the Colts Patriots under 42.5. This is real life. And that's a show. We appreciate your subscribe, rate, review goes a long way. It is December. That means hug your mother's times too. We'll see you next week. Ta-ta, real smooth. Moneyline, Monaco. How you doing? Almost got to 62-1. If Tobias Harris played a lick in the fourth quarter, we're everywhere, baby. We're everywhere.